going on, guys? Cody here, and I'm back for the mod showcase today, guys. And today I'm showcasing the Beta Classes mod. Now, I'm using Facecam for the first time on the, well, in a while. But I've been using Facecam on the Twitch TV channel, and Joe used Facecam in his previous mod showcases, and you guys all wanted it for some reason. I don't know why. It's only my face. But anyways, let's get started with this mod. And what this mod brings in is so many awesome things, guys. It brings in 5 new classes. It brings in like 30 new abilities and an action bar. So like it's kind of like an MMO. I think the person who was making it loves MMOs. So he's basing off those, like World of Warcraft, things like that. But it is so amazing, guys. And let's get started. So I want to show you some of the abilities in the action bar before I get started with all the classes. Zombie? Hello? Okay. I heard a zombie. Anyways, let's get some sheep here. Let's get some sheep, and let's take these guys out. Also, let's try to get 2,000 likes for some more Facecam, guys. Now, I know a few of you don't like it, so I'll do it every other episode if you guys continue to want it. Just so people that don't want it won't get pissed off. But anyways, your action bar, you see it to the top, and what you can do is press B, and you can actually scroll through all your abilities. Now, each class will get 6 different abilities. And the better weapon you have, the more abilities it'll have. So say I have like the first tier weapon, it'll only have 2 abilities. I'll go into that after. But yeah, to scroll through your options with your action bar, you can actually use your scroll wheel, or you can press G and H. So G and H, like H will go to the right, G will go to the left. And that's pretty much it for the action bar. Now if you press B again, it'll disable it, so you're not messing up when you're scroll wheeling. But these sheep are getting loud. So let's take them out. So press B, and I think I'll use the Fellfire Bolt. Okay, let's test this thing out. Oh, jeez. I missed. Alright, they do have cooldowns, so you have to remember that. And you have to keep switching through your abilities. Now I'm going to power up. Take him out. That's a lot of damage. There we go. He's done. He's toast. So the class I'm using right now is the Warlock. The first thing I'm going to show you in detail is the Warrior. So the oh, I just deleted my sheep. Oh well. Anyways, the first class we have is the Warrior. The Warrior is a tank. It deals so much damage, and it's good against projectile and melee damage. There's 2 different types of Warriors. So, oh god, I think I just did this in the camera. Well, recently one of my friends from England told me that's swearing if you do it like this. But if I do it like that, it's not swearing. Or it might be the other way around. I'm not sure. But let's get started, guys, and let's take a look at the Warrior. So the Warrior has broadswords as its weapons. Each class has a specific weapon that you need to use, a weapon class. Not because you can have like better tiered weapons, so it's not like, oh, I need to use the wooden sword to get these abilities. You need to have a broadsword pretty much to be able to do those abilities. So to craft these broadswords, you need the equivalent, like, you know, diamond. A diamond broadsword needs diamond, but in this pattern, and you stick at the bottom, and you're good to go. But the classes each actually get some armor. So 3 armor types for every class. And the Warrior class gets regular chainmail. It's craftable now because they add in chains. You just need 1 piece of iron. And then you need, well, then you can have iron and diamond. Now, in the other sets, with the other classes, the other 4 classes, the armor sets do actually matter for how much damage you use, or actually damage you do, and other things. The Warrior, it doesn't really matter. It just provides better armor. So let's get some iron armor on, whatever. And let's take out some spiders. So we're going to take a look at the wooden broadsword. So right click to activate your skills. So the first skill we have is Mortal Strike. So Mortal Strike, it'll give you 200% more melee damage, I think for 0.5 seconds. And then the next one we have is the Golden Broadsword. Oh, no, not that one. Which one? Stone. Stone one gives you 2 abilities now. So 1 more ability, and this one will add in Heroic Strike. So Heroic Strike, it actually strikes an enemy, and it will taunt them. So it will taunt all the enemies to you. Actually, does it do damage? I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to find out. But let's take a look at the Iron Broadsword now. So the Iron Broadsword, it adds in 2 more abilities. We have Hamstring, which will slow enemies for, I think, 0.5 seconds, and it has a cooldown, I think, of 1 second. So the cooldowns aren't too bad. You just got to focus on switching your abilities when they are cooldown. And then the next one we have is Pummel. So it'll pummel the target, interrupting any spell casting going on. So if you're charging up for like an attack, this thing will cancel it out. But let's use our Diamond Sword, and we have 2 more. So we have Block. It'll block and reduce damage. I think it'll block most projectiles. And then we have Charge, which it'll just dash you forward. But let's take a look at the Mortal Strike, sorry. Why do I keep saying ferocious? One of them have to be ferocious, and nope, none of them are. Let's right click, start powering this up, and then we have the extra damage. So you gotta find like anything right next to you, and then right click, and it'll do it. So it's not AoE, it's only single targeted damage. And then we have Heroic Strike. So, oh, I keep doing the wrong thing. Jeez. So this thing did a lot of damage, and it didn't. Oh, I gotta get out of GM to test this one. There we go. So let's try that again. If your friend, say, is getting a lot of damage on him, right click and get all the mobs on you. I think it should be like an AoE effect, however. Well, let's switch to the next one. Actually, I'll just get this hotbar on. Yeah. Right click, and you'll slow him. It does damage to him every time too, which is good. Okay, let's get up, and let's test out the next one. Oh, let's switch hotbars. So it gets a bit confusing if you're not paying attention to which hotbar you're on. Right click, get all of our abilities back, and let's test out the next one. Okay, so the next ability we have is Pummel. So Pummel, you just right click if they're doing a spell or something, just right click, and boom, you'll interrupt their spell, and they won't be able to cast that. Now, spiders, they can't do any spells, but let's test the next one, and this is Charge. So you get that awesome sound effect, and you go right through the mob. Anything, I think it can go through anything, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to test that later on. Then let's get our shield, or actually our block, piss them off a bit, and then right click. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know if it's active or what. I don't know if I need to power it up. I think if I just block, it'll normally do that. Yeah, I think it's like normal Minecraft. Jeez, well that's pretty much it. I hope he adds in like more abilities. Say like an ultimate ability where I'll like slam the ground or something. Something cool like League of Legends sort of. Well, 2 seconds guys, and I'll take a look at the Mage class. Okay, so let's move on and take a look at the Mage class. So the Mage class, you're going to need some staffs. You need a wooden staff for the beginning. This one will only give you one spell. It's pretty much the same. I'll just go move on to the last staff and get going. But right here we have the orbs. The orbs are just crafted with redstone and glass, stone and glass, and then emerald and glass. But let's get the Grandmaster Magister's staff and right click, and oh, actually I already right clicked. But anyways, it will give you all those spells, and you'll be good to go once you get your armor on. So you can't do any of these abilities unless you have mana. So mana emeralds take coal and gunpowder, and you get 16 of them when you. Well, that's kind of a lot actually. Jeez. But pretty much you need mana to cast these. So let's get that out. Now each spell it takes 1 mana, I'm pretty sure. And let's get our armor on. So the more armor we have on, the more damage we'll actually do. So let's right click here. As you notice above the hunger bar, we have something called spell power. So if I was to have, why are you dying? Jeez, shut up, stupid spider. Anyways, the better armor we have on, the more spell power we have. But let's take our staff and let's own some noobs. So press B and let's take a look at fireball. So as you guessed, we charge up and we shoot a fireball, and it'll do I think 2 hearts of damage, and it'll set the mob on fire. Next one we have is frostbolt, sorry. Hold back and let go, and you slow your enemy. It's kind of like a snowball, you just throw it at him, pretty much. And then we have arcane missiles. So it'll fire 3 missiles in like 2 seconds time. And it has no cooldown, so you keep spamming this thing out. However, you notice our mana goes down pretty fast with this thing. It takes 3 mana, 1 for each shot. And he's gonna die soon. Here we go. Just get away. Okay, so say you're struggling and the mob you're facing is very tough. Scroll over and get your polyform. Right click. Hey, what just happened? You're supposed to turn into a sheep. Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but he's supposed to turn into a sheep unless it's specific things. It doesn't state otherwise, but that thing has a long cooldown. I think it's 20 seconds. And then the next thing we have is the blink. So the blink attack, as you guessed, you right click and you teleport 20 blocks away wherever you're pointing, and it has a 15-second cooldown. Next thing we have is, oh geez, wrong way. Next thing we have is ice block. So it will incarcerate you for 7 seconds, making you invulnerable. And let's go. Right click, get the awesome sound effect, and we are pretty much trapped here. So if you're getting owned by mobs and you need to, oh fuck. That sound was so loud for me, it scared the crap out of me. Okay, anyways, if you're getting owned by mobs and you need to heal back up, that's pretty much how you'll do it. Alright guys, so let's move on to the next class, and that's the Hunter. So the Hunter, it has 4 different types of bows. We get the longbow, composite longbow, mechanic longbow, and the blazing longbow. So we'll take the best one, and we'll grab some armor, because the armor, it's pretty simple. It's just leather, leather chain, and the flyers. Alright guys, so we got all our abilities now, and as you can see above the hunger bar, we have our power. So affecting every class besides the warrior, the better armor will deal the more damage. So I don't know if he's going to be adding more or what, because that's not entirely full. So that's pretty weird. Anyways, let's spawn some spiders and let's test these out. So we got 6 new abilities to test out. The first one being, actually, what is it? It's called Shoot. Okay, we'll test out Shoot. So right click, hold back, and if it's fully charged back, the more damage it do. Now I think this is just like regular Minecraft, how if you charge it back further, the more damage it do. I think that's why it's called just regular Shoot. And then we have Viper Sting. So you right click, you don't even charge this thing up. It does have a cooldown, however, but it will poison the enemy. I think 50% chance or something like that to poison the enemy. It died. Anyways, let's test out the next one, and that I think is Explosive Shot. Yeah, we got, oh, Spider Jockey. We'll test it out on you, man. Alright, so I keep messing up. I need to do this. There we go. Okay, right click, hold back, Explosive Shot. Now it doesn't blow up the ground, so that's pretty good. I don't like TNT that blows up the ground and everything, because that's just bad. I think some arrow mods add that. Let's move on to the next one, and that's Multi-Shot. So right click and hold back, and it'll shoot out a bunch of arrows that I didn't see the other ones. Let's try doing that again. Oh, okay, so it spreads out. It looked like my main arrow went to the left. That was pretty weird. And this one, the next one actually is Disengage. So let's hover over that one, right click, and it'll shoot you back a little bit. Now if you're running forward, it will actually not go as far. So you want to make sure you're going backwards when you press that, because if you need to kite your enemies and stay away from them, which rangers usually do, they'll need to get back further. Next thing we have is, what is it called? Summon Dismiss Pet. Right click, and you got yourself a wolf that's already tamed. So you don't need those bones, and you don't need to find him. He's right there, and if he dies, you just have to spawn him again. No, see, right click again to actually pull him back. Now, I'm not sure if he dies, but it'd be a bit overpowered if he didn't. But let's move on to the next class, guys. And, yeah, 2 seconds. Alright, guys, so we're moving on to the next class, and that's the Paladin. So the Paladin, it heals people, it does damage, it is very cool. This is like the one that most represents from World of Warcraft, because all the spells and the abilities are pretty much named after the ones in World of Warcraft. But let's take a look at this, and the item for this, or actually the weapon, is clubs, maces. These look like the textures on Mining Blade. Now, I'm not sure if he gave him permission to use that or what, but I would imagine he would. Anyways, let's move on. And let's get to, actually, we gotta get more spiders. And it's time to own them. So right-click on your mace, and the cooldowns will start going, and you'll start getting your abilities. So the first one we have, I think it's called Holy Light, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's called Holy Light. And this thing is a beast heal. Now, I don't think I'll be able to show the heals that well, because most of them are on other people. But we'll try to get this thing pissed off at me. Come on. Yep, he's hitting me now. And if I right-click, it should channel up. And I heal myself. So if people are actually in that vicinity and you're actually aimed towards them, say like they're off in the distance a little bit, like right around this corner, look that way. And wherever I'm looking, it'll heal them. Next one we have is, what is it called? Crusader Strike. So it's a vicious strike that will deal damage, I think 1 to 4 hearts, and it will bypass armor. So if you have armor on, it won't matter. You just deal that damage. And now we have Holy Shock. So Holy Shock instantly heals a player. Oh, I just killed a spider. Okay. Why are the spiders like unaggroing from me? You're just not really in the mood to hit me. There we go. He's doing some damage. Anyways, right click, instantly heals you, but it has a long cooldown. Next one we have is, what is it called? Judgment. So you right click over a mob, and it will drop an anvil. That was awesome. It has a long cooldown, so you don't, use that when you can, when everyone's around you. I don't know if it's an AoE effect. I think an anvil should be. If there's 2 people like right next to each other. Oh God, hit my mouse. Whenever I talk, I use my hands, so my hands were like down here, and they're just waving back and forth to hit my mouse. But anyways, let's move on to the next one, and this is Cleanse. So any debuff you have on yourself, it will pretty much clear it. So say It's actually like having milk. It's equivalent, but it's mobile, and you don't need to really drink it or anything. Now we have Divine Shield. Divine Shield, it will remove all potion effects and provides 100% damage reduction. So nothing will be able to do damage to you when you got this bad boy on. Let's test it. Let's put that to the test. Right click, and we are tanking like no tomorrow. It lasts only for 5 seconds, so you want to make sure you use it at like the prime time. And now let's move on to the Warlock, guys. So the Warlock, it's pretty much the damage dealer out of all the classes. This thing packs a punch. Okay, so let's move on to the Warlock, and let's take a look at all the abilities. So the abilities are pretty cool. Now, I think it's unique that it has a blade as instead of a staff. I don't know if Warlocks in World of Warcraft have that, because I only played it for a little bit. I never really got into it. You guys know the game I was into, or me and Joe were into. But yeah, we won't say. But anyways, let's move on to the abilities. The first ability we have is Shadow Bolt. So this thing is pretty good. It's like your main damage dealer as a Warlock. Right click. Actually, what's going on? Wait. Right click. Oh, I need mana. Alright, so the Warlock actually requires soul shards. So soul shards are crafted with bone and rotten flesh. And this is pretty much like its mana. Right click, and we can start doing abilities now. So let's start channeling this thing, and let's release. Oh, I missed. Come on. Now there is no cooldown for this thing. It's just a long cast time. This is pretty cool. Now I'm going to have him do some damage on me, and his friends too. And I'm going to show you how I heal back up. So let's switch to the next one. And I think it's called Siphon. Now I right click. Oh god, we're going to die. We didn't siphon enough. But anyways, you right click on a mob, and it will siphon that health from that mob and put it to yourself. Now, like you saw, I got wrecked. That's because mages they don't have that much defense, and they're very vulnerable. Or warlocks aren't. Now let's move on to Fellfire. So Fellfire, it will actually set an enemy on fire for 6 seconds. Right click. 6 seconds. I don't know if it does any initial damage when it hits it, but that's pretty much it for that. And now we have Confusion. So this, as you can see, the icon is Nausea, my least favorite debuff in Minecraft. But let's test it out on this guy. So he can't even see. He is blind. He's confused. He's got no clue what's going on. See, he's running away now. He's scared. All right, he's gonna die. There we go. And next thing we have is Demonic Circle. So I right click with this, and what happened? Well, it creates a demonic circle, and I'm supposed to be able to teleport back to this thing. Now, it just acted like the blink. I'm not entirely sure what happened. So what the ability is supposed to do is summon a demonic circle below your feet, and it'll last for you for 90 seconds. And then you can set like an area where you want to teleport to. I'm thinking that's how it works. It's a bit complicated. The Warlock's probably one of the most complicated classes. I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong, guys. I'll try it again. Just right click. I teleported. I just don't know what's going on. Anyways, we'll summon the Guardian and take a look at the last ability. Hold down, charge, and there we go. We have a zombie pigman that has 20 hearts, and he does a beast load of damage. Come on, follow me, buddy. Take out these guys. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Nope, not today. There we go. We survived it. Our zombie pigman might not survive. Ouch, he's wrecking everybody. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually stack with these guys and get more and more of them. I'm pretty sure it's just like the wolf where you right-click again and it rains. Seems legit. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much it for the mod. There's so much more to it. I'm gonna wait till the rain's gone. Come on, rain, go away. That's pretty much it for it, guys. There's so much more to it, and he's gonna be adding more and more. I think it's like 80% complete. I hope he adds in more classes, more abilities, and some more mobs. You know, maybe it's from World of Warcraft to be cool, some bosses, because the mobs in that game are crazy awesome. I would love to see some good models from those. But like I said, guys, let's get 2,000 likes, and I'll have face cam again, and that will be in 2 episodes, because I'm doing it every other time if you guys want me to continue. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace!